Hey everybody, Tim here along with...
Maggie, hello.
Yes, Maggie. And we are here to talk about Aquaman. And we got to see this movie a couple days ago. And we've had some time to dwell and to think about Aquaman. And yeah, Maggie, what'd you think of Aquaman?
I liked it.
Yeah, me too. I actually really enjoyed it. It's definitely one of the better films in this DC, Worlds of DC, or whatever the hell they're calling it now. DCEU, I don't know.
It's a low bar.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it is a low bar. But basically, yeah, it's a origin story, but not really for Aquaman. And if you've seen the trailers, you get the gist. Mm-hmm. His brother Orm is bringing a fight to the surface world, and Aquaman has to do Aquaman-y things and stop him and become the king of Atlantis and all that jazz. But yeah, no, I thought this movie was really, really fun. It doesn't have a moment to me like Wonder Woman, where like that like what is it, the No Man's Land thing. It doesn't have a moment like that, but the movie never falls apart for me. Like Wonder Woman falls apart in the third act. This movie is pretty consistent the whole way through.
But where Wonder Woman is like, except for the ending, is like objectively like a good movie, I would say that Aquaman is not like objectively a good movie. It's a fun movie. Like go in with like low expectations and know that you're just gonna be watching like really awesome visual effects and like it's gonna be cheesy and it's gonna be corny because that's kind of what Aquaman is. But it's very enjoyable if you let yourself just let it be that.
What did you think about Jason Momoa as Aquaman or Arthur Curry?
Yeah, I thought he was good. It was pretty much the exact same thing that he was in Justice League in terms of like...
With better writing, though.
With better writing, right. Like, he was just like sassy in the same kind of way.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one of the complaints that I had heard from other people were that him and Amber Heard didn't really have any chemistry. I tend to agree with that. I felt like their chemistry was pretty meh. I thought that she was just okay in the movie, but it didn't really bother me either because I was having such a good time watching the movie and going on this adventure with them.
I mean, their relationship is pretty cheesy. Like, I'd say that's the cheesiest part of the movie because they're, like, forcing a romance out of it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I wasn't bothered by it. I rolled my eyes, but I still, like, enjoyed it.
Sure.
So.
What'd you think about our boy?
Patrick Wilson?
Our boy Patrick Wilson.
He was good, yeah. I mean, he was a villain, like an origin story villain.
Sure. And then like Willem Dafoe is in this movie, just like doing Willem Dafoe things. Yeah. I love him so much. Another complaint that I've heard is that for some reason, which I don't understand this complaint, is that James Wan just like didn't do a great job directing this movie. I don't think so at all.
The first action sequence, I was watching it and I was like, no, he like directed the shit out of this.
Yeah, like I think he did a really good job. He had to create a whole world that we've only seen like 2 minutes of in Justice League, and in Justice League I wasn't really impressed with the underwater fight bubble thingy, whatever the hell they did in that movie.
That whole Justice League thing.
Yeah, they do, and that's the other thing about this movie is they don't really reference the larger DC world except for one moment. There is a mention that kind of it does directly harken back to Justice League that confirms that this is taking place after Justice League, which, fine. Like, I'm glad it's there so that I know that as a viewer, because honestly, within the first 10 minutes, I was like, okay, so is this before Justice League? Is it after? But knowing that it's after, I do feel a bit better about myself, but yeah, it's really fun. I thought James Wan did a really, really great job directing the action and like creating this whole visual world, like I said. So, yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say about Aquaman? I think it's a pretty fun movie.
Yeah, very fun movie.
It's definitely not like... I wouldn't say definitely not. I think that like as far as like families go this holiday season, it might not be your family film, but it's definitely like...
You have teenagers.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. Yeah. It doesn't have like a family fun message like Bumblebee or anything like that. Well, I guess that's not true. There is a pretty like distinct family message.
There is a distinct family message. I don't know. I would choose Bumblebee or Mary Poppins or Spider-Verse over this if you have like a small family, but if you're like into the superhero movies.
Yeah, definitely don't sleep on it. I know it right now. I think it's rocking like a 65% on Tomatoes.
That's fair.
And that makes sense to me. Yeah. I could completely understand why someone would watch this movie and like it not click with them at all. But for me, who went in with very, very low expectations and have recently rewatched all these DC movies, my expectations were pretty low, and I was pleasantly surprised. So we'll see how it holds up on future viewings, but I do want to see it again in the theater.
Definitely.
So take that for what it's worth. And we did see it in 3D, and the
3D was awesome.
Yeah, 3D was pretty cool. So
yeah,
check that out as well. Well, anyway, guys, those are our thoughts on Aquaman. If you've seen it, which it is in theaters now, let us know what you thought about it in the comments below, and be sure to hit that like button and hit subscribe, as it helps me out a great deal, helps you stay up to date with all of our content. So anyway, guys, thanks as always for watching, and until next time, have a good one.